Did you know that by the time someone turns 70, it's common for them to have already lost 40% of their muscle mass without even noticing? This isn't just a biology fun fact. It's a serious warning. This silent loss has a name, sarcopenia. And what many people call normal aging might actually be the start of losing independence, leading to simple struggles like climbing stairs, carrying bags, or even getting out of bed alone. The most concerning part? According to Johns Hopkins University, seniors with major muscle loss are 320% more likely to become dependent, needing wheelchairs or living in nursing homes. But here's the key point. This can be prevented. What most people don't know is that 78% of seniors have a deficiency in one essential nutrient that speeds up this muscle loss. And here's the most surprising part. Recent studies have found 6 specific nutrients that can actually reverse this condition, even in people in their 70s or 80s. If you're over 60 and want to grow older with strength, energy, and independence, I recommend staying with me until the end of this video, because what you're about to see could completely change the way you think about aging, with clarity, independence, and real results. Most people don't realize it, but there's a silent enemy that starts acting in our bodies right after we turn 60. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't throb, it doesn't cause a fever, and that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. I'm talking about sarcopenia, the technical name for the gradual loss of muscle mass that comes with age. By 70, a person may have lost up to 40% of their body's muscles without even noticing. And the worst part, most people think that's just normal. But it's not. This issue goes way beyond looks or feeling tired. According to a study from Johns Hopkins University, seniors with severe muscle loss are 320% more likely to develop major mobility problems. In other words, sarcopenia can be the first step toward ending up in a wheelchair, a hospital, or a nursing home. This decline speeds up drastically after 65. And by the time we notice, we've already stopped doing little things like going upstairs, getting up from the couch easily, or carrying a grocery bag. Things that used to feel simple suddenly become real challenges. Now here's the scariest part. All of this is treated as just natural aging, like it's something we have to accept. And that's where the danger lies. Because the truth is, sarcopenia isn't a guaranteed part of getting older. It's a problem that can be prevented and even reversed if we fight it the right way, at the right time. From now on, you're going to learn what's really behind this fast muscle loss, the essential nutrients your body needs to regain strength and energy, and most importantly, how to keep your physical independence for many, many years. But first, I need to know if you're ready to keep going. Now that you understand how dangerous muscle loss can be and how it happens silently, it's time to show you where to start turning things around. And the first step is learning about a nutrient that, unfortunately, almost no one talks about in regular doctor visits. Coenzyme Q10, or simply CoQ10. Think of it like this. If your body were a car, CoQ10 would be the spark that makes the engine run. It's found in the mitochondria, which are tiny structures inside your cells that produce energy. We're talking about over 95% of your cellular energy, the energy you use to move, think, breathe, and keep your organs working. Now imagine what happens when that spark starts to fade with age. That's exactly what happens. As the years go by, your CoQ10 levels naturally drop, and this reduction can reach up to 65% in people over 60. That means you could be running your internal engine at less than half power without even realizing it. And here's the worst part. If you take statins, very common medications to control cholesterol, your CoQ10 levels drop even more. Studies show that more than 60% of seniors who take statins suffer from muscle pain, weakness, and fatigue. And many of them don't even know it could be due to a lack of this nutrient. But it's not enough to just take any CoQ10 supplement. The way it's formulated makes a big difference in how well your body absorbs it. The best versions are the ubiquinol form, which is the most bioavailable, combined with bioperine, black pepper extract, or water-soluble formulas that can boost absorption by up to 300%. That means your body will actually use what you're taking instead of wasting it. If you're over 60, Especially if you're taking statins, it's really worth talking to your doctor about adding CoQ10 to your routine. The most recommended doses are between 100 and 200 milligrams per day, but for people on statins, it can go up to 200 or even 300 milligrams. And the benefits go far beyond just muscle strength. Many people report better overall energy, less mental fatigue, more stamina during physical activity, and even better sleep quality. After all, when your cells get their energy back, everything starts working better. Restoring your CoQ10 levels is like refueling your body with pure energy. It gives you the chance to make everyday tasks, like climbing a step, getting out of bed, or carrying a bag, feel light and easy again. And that's just one piece of the puzzle. Now that you understand how this coenzyme works, as the spark behind your muscle energy, in the next part, I'm going to show you another nutrient that directly affects your physical strength and balance, especially important for avoiding falls and staying stable in your daily life. Alright, now that you understand the vital role of coenzyme Q10 in powering your cells, let's talk about something that goes straight to the core of your physical strength and balance. Vitamin D. A lot of people still think this vitamin is only important for bone health. And yes, it is essential for that. But what most people don't know, and what makes all the difference after 60, is that vitamin D is also crucial for muscle strength. It can literally be the difference between walking safely or having a serious fall. Vitamin D works inside your muscles. It attaches to specific receptors in the muscle fibers, helping them contract properly. But even more important, it regulates how calcium is used in the muscles. And calcium is key for muscles to contract and relax efficiently. When there's a lack of vitamin D, your body starts sending signals: weakness, poor balance, frequent stumbles, shaky legs. The problem is, these signs are often seen as normal for your age, when in fact, they're clear symptoms of a deficiency. Here's the scary part. More than 40% of older adults live with a vitamin D deficiency without knowing it. That's because natural production of the vitamin drops with age, and sun exposure, the main way to get vitamin D, usually goes down too. Even people who spend time in the sun may not make enough, because older skin and sunscreen use can block vitamin production. Recent studies show that supplementing with vitamin D can lower the risk of falls by up to 20%. That's a big deal, considering that a fall after 60 or 70 can lead to serious fractures, surgeries, long hospital stays, and even permanent loss of independence. Lowering that risk means protecting your quality of life and freedom. So what's the ideal dose? Most experts recommend between 800 and 1,000 international units per day. But in many cases, especially when levels are very low, the dose can safely go up to 2,000 IU per day, always with medical supervision. The best form is D3, cholecalciferol, ideally in a high-quality oil like olive oil, or in soft gels with certifications like the USP seal, which ensure good absorption and product purity. If you feel more unsteady while walking, if your legs don't feel as strong, or if your body just doesn't respond like it used to, it could be your body asking for vitamin D. A simple blood test can check your levels and help your doctor recommend the right dose. And here's the most important part. Sometimes what feels like just the weight of aging is actually a simple deficiency that's easy to fix. A small change with proper guidance can mean much more balance, safety, and freedom in your daily life. Now that you've seen how vitamin D directly affects your strength and stability, in the next part, I'll show you another essential nutrient. And this one is directly connected to how your brain communicates with your muscles. Now that you understand how vitamin D directly affects your strength and balance, it's time to talk about a nutrient that works behind the scenes, but is absolutely essential for your motor and mental control. Vitamin B12. The name might sound familiar, something we hear about from a young age, but its role in your body is nothing short of vital. Vitamin B12 works like a wire that connects your brain to your muscles. When it's present and at healthy levels, everything runs smoothly, like your body is perfectly wired. But when it's missing, that wire starts to wear down, and little by little, the connection breaks, almost without you noticing. B12 is responsible for keeping the myelin sheath healthy. That's the protective covering around your nerves. Without it, the electric signals between your brain and body become slow or confused. That's when symptoms start to show up. Shaky hands, unsteady walking, weak legs, balance issues, and even frequent falls. The big problem is that these signs are often seen as normal aging, when in fact they are clear symptoms of vitamin B12 deficiency. And there's more. After the age of 50, your body naturally becomes less able to absorb B12 from food. This gets even worse if you're taking common medications like metformin for diabetes or proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole and pantoprazole for stomach issues. These drugs make it even harder for your body to absorb B12, even if you eat well. The minimum daily recommendation for B12 is 2.4 micrograms, but in reality, many older adults need higher doses, especially if they already have symptoms. In some cases, B12 injections are the fastest and most effective way to fix the deficiency, since they go straight into the bloodstream. For those who prefer oral supplements, the best option is sublingual methylcobalamin. It melts under the tongue and is absorbed directly without going through the digestive system, where absorption often fails. The good news is that the results can be quick. Many people report better balance, more energy, fewer tremors, and even improved mental clarity after just a few weeks of taking B12. It's like the body starts communicating properly again, and you regain control of your own movements. If you've noticed changes in your walking, if you're tripping more often, feeling shaky legs, or even a bit of mental fog, your body could be asking for vitamin B12. A simple blood test can give you the answer, and your doctor will know the best way to help. Remember, not everything is just old age. Sometimes it's just a deficiency, and it can be fixed. Now that you understand how important this vitamin is for keeping your mind and body connected, in the next part, I'll show you a nutrient that helps build the physical foundation of your muscles, from the inside out. Alright, we've already talked about how vitamin B12 is essential for keeping communication between your brain and muscles working properly. Now I want to show you a nutrient that works deeper inside your body and is absolutely necessary to maintain strength, endurance, and energy as the years go by. Vitamin C. When we think about muscles, it's common to picture just the outside, size, firmness, but what holds all of that up is an internal structure called connective tissue. It acts like the foundation that supports your muscles, and the main building block of that tissue is collagen. And here's the key. Without vitamin C, your body can't produce collagen. Period. In other words, if you're low on vitamin C, the foundation that holds your muscles together starts to break down. Muscles lose support, strength decreases, and your risk of injury goes up. But the benefits of vitamin C go even further. It's also a powerful antioxidant that fights off free radicals, molecules that damage your muscle cells over time. This antioxidant effect helps protect and preserve the health of your muscle tissue. Another important point. Vitamin C also helps make carnitine, a substance that helps your body turn fat into usable energy. That means it directly supports your physical energy, stamina, and even helps with muscle recovery after simple daily activities. Studies show that older adults with good vitamin C levels have significantly stronger grip strength. And that matters more than you might think. Grip strength, the strength you use to open a jar, carry a bag, or push yourself up from a chair, is a direct sign of your ability to live independently. The official recommendation for vitamin C is between 75 and 90 milligrams a day, but many experts suggest taking between 200 and 400 milligrams daily, especially for seniors. That's because, as we age, the body doesn't absorb and use vitamin C as efficiently. And here's something to watch for. Not all vitamin C is absorbed the same way. Liposomal versions, for example, can have up to 98% bioavailability, meaning almost everything you take is actually used by your body. Formulas with citrus flavonoids, like the ones found in oranges or lemons, can also help extend the action of the vitamin in your body by up to 35%. If you've been feeling weak, like your body is soft or tired even without doing much, that could be a clear sign your body is asking for more vitamin C. And the good news, it's easy to get, affordable, and with proper medical guidance, it can bring big benefits in a short time. Now that you understand how vitamin C supports the structural foundation of your physical strength, In the next section, I'll show you an essential mineral that controls your movements and helps prevent everything from muscle cramps to that constant fatigue that never seems to go away. Now that you understand how vitamin C supports your muscle structure, I want to show you an essential mineral that works like the true conductor of your movements. It plays a role in over 300 chemical reactions in your body, helps regulate muscles, energy, sleep, and even mood. But most people only notice how important it is when they start having cramps, fatigue, and tremors. I'm talking about magnesium, and more specifically, the glycinate form, which is the most recommended for people over 60. Magnesium works like a smart brake for your muscles. Every time you move, like lifting a leg or squeezing something with your hand, your muscles contract. But afterward, they need to relax. That's where magnesium steps in. It relaxes the muscle fibers, helping you avoid stiffness or those painful cramps that show up at night or after simple physical effort. But its role goes far beyond that. Magnesium is essential for producing ATP, the energy currency of your cells. Without ATP, your body has no fuel to function, and that's when fatigue kicks in. Plus, magnesium helps with muscle protein synthesis, which is crucial for maintaining and repairing muscles as you age. Now here's an important warning. More than 60% of older adults don't get the minimum daily amount of magnesium. The ideal intake is around 320 milligrams for women and 420 milligrams for men. But the deficiency often goes unnoticed because the symptoms are subtle. Constant tiredness, muscle twitches, shaky hands, light sleep, irritability, trouble focusing. To make things worse, many older adults take medications that drain magnesium from the body, like diuretics for high blood pressure, or proton pump inhibitors such as omeprazole and pantoprazole for reflux and gastritis. And since natural absorption of the mineral also decreases with age, the risk of deficiency goes up even more. That's why the magnesium glycinate form has become the top recommendation for seniors. It has high bioavailability, meaning your body absorbs and uses it much more effectively, up to 4 times more than magnesium oxide, which is the most common type in cheaper supplements. And the best part, it doesn't have the laxative effect that often scares people away from magnesium supplements. If you feel like your muscles tighten up often, if you wake up with cramps, or if you get tired early in the day, your body might be telling you it's running low on magnesium. The good news is this is a simple and effective fix, and it can quickly improve your energy, sleep, and even your mood. Now that you know this, in the next section, I'm going to show you a powerful nutrient that works directly on producing instant strength, and it's essential for everyday tasks like getting out of bed or climbing stairs without losing your breath. All right, now that you understand how magnesium helps your muscles work more smoothly and with fewer cramps, I want to introduce you to a nutrient that goes straight to the heart of physical strength, especially the kind of strength you need for quick, decisive movements, like getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or regaining your balance if you trip. I'm talking about creatine monohydrate. Creatine is a natural substance made by your body and stored mainly in your muscles. It works as an instant energy reserve, activated whenever you need quick strength. You know that moment when you suddenly stand up or take a firm step forward? That's when creatine kicks in. It recharges phosphocreatine, which then produces ATP, your body's pure, instant cellular energy used for fast reactions. But here's the thing. As you get older, your natural creatine levels drop, and that directly affects how quickly and strongly your muscles respond. What used to be simple, like getting out of bed or stepping up a curb, now takes more effort. The result? Less strength, slower movements, and a higher risk of falling. And that's not all. One of creatine's lesser-known roles is to stimulate what are called satellite cells, the ones responsible for repairing and building new muscle tissue. So in addition to giving you fast energy, creatine also helps with recovery and gaining lean muscle mass, even in older adults. These effects have been proven in multiple scientific studies. In one of the most important clinical trials with seniors, participants who took creatine along with light exercise saw, in just 12 weeks, a 14% increase in muscle strength and gained 1 kilo of lean mass. All of this with no side effects and safety confirmed by over 200 studies. The standard dose for older adults is 3 to 5 grams per day. No need for the well-known loading phase you may have heard about. Just take it daily to maintain ideal levels. And even better, recent research shows that creatine may also benefit the brain, helping with mental clarity, focus, and even offering protection against mild cognitive decline. If you feel like you've lost some agility, if getting out of bed or handling stairs isn't as easy as it used to be, creatine could be a game changer in your routine. But as always, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor before starting, especially if you have any existing health conditions that need monitoring. Now that you understand how creatine works as an instant boost for strength, speed, and recovery, in the next and final section, I'll show you how to combine all of these nutrients wisely and strategically to get real, lasting results in your health, your independence, and your quality of life. Alright, now that you understand how each of these 6 nutrients works in a unique way in your body, whether by generating energy, protecting your muscles, improving communication between your brain and body, or helping you regain strength, it's time to learn how to put all of this into action in a smart and safe way. The first point is this: don't wait for symptoms to get worse before you do something. Muscle loss is slow but steady, and the sooner you start taking action, the bigger your gains and the lower your risks in the future. The most recent studies show that when these 6 nutrients are used together, their positive effects are amplified. This is what experts call the synergistic effect, where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. But that doesn't mean you need to rush out and buy a stack of supplements tomorrow. The ideal starting point is the basics. A rich, varied diet with real, whole foods, fatty fish, lean meats, dairy, eggs, citrus fruits, colorful vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and legumes. These foods already provide many of these nutrients naturally. Next, it's time to look at your weak points. For example, do you rarely get sun exposure? You might be low on vitamin D. Do you take statins? Your CoQ10 levels might be down. Trouble sleeping or frequent cramps? That could be a magnesium deficiency. This is where smart supplementation comes in. It should be used when food, sunlight, and gut absorption aren't enough, which unfortunately is pretty common after 60. That's why it's best to talk to a trusted doctor and request specific blood tests, especially for vitamin D, B12, and magnesium. These are the easiest to check and adjust accurately. And remember, these nutrients aren't just extras. They're direct investments in your independence, mobility, and quality of life. Taking care of your muscle mass is taking care of your freedom. It's making sure you can still climb stairs, walk confidently, do your chores, and live the way you've always lived, with energy, control, and dignity. Little by little, you'll start to notice real changes. More strength in your body, more energy throughout the day, less risk of falling, and more confidence in your movements. And all of this without magic formulas or extremes. Just the right information, applied in the right way, at the right time. And of course, always with medical guidance, because every body has its own needs and specifics. What you've learned here is a roadmap, and now it's time to move forward with awareness and action. If you've made it this far, congratulations. That already shows you care about your health, your independence, and your future. And more than that, it shows you still believe that getting older doesn't have to mean weakness, limitation, or dependence. Today, you learned that muscle loss, the kind that affects almost everyone after 60, isn't inevitable. It has a name, a cause, and most importantly, a solution. You learned about essential nutrients that can transform your routine, bring back your strength, agility, stability, and even your mental clarity. Now, the next step is yours. You don't have to change everything at once, but you do need to start somewhere. Maybe it's booking a doctor's appointment, adjusting your diet, or simply moving with more awareness. The key is not putting off taking care of what matters most, yourself. If this content helped you, like the video that tells YouTube it deserves to reach more people like you. If you know someone over 60 who's losing strength, having trouble walking, or constantly feeling tired, share this video with them. It could be the push they need. And if you want to keep learning how to age with more independence, energy, and quality of life, subscribe to the channel right now. Turn on the notification bell because every week there's new content based on science, real-life experience, and above all, respect for your journey. Thank you so much for sticking with me until now. Take care, make the most of what you can do today, and never forget, your strength can come back. You just need to take the right step in the right direction. See you in the next video.